Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, our top story is the sub implosion. All 5 died. What a tragedy. That didn't have to happen. This is just like the Kobe Bryant helicopter situation, like the Titanic collision. I did a Facebook Live video explaining all the legal ramifications if this happened, and it has happened. And it's even worse because the sub implosion, you're talking about design flaws, construction flaws, failure to disclose things, and more has come out, which is scary. I think that one 61-year-old lawyer says he decided it was too scary and backed out. Friends with one of these people. The 19-year-old did not want to go, was scared to death, did it for his father on Father's Day. And then we have the news that apparently the Navy heard the implosion sound from sonar on Sunday. They heard it when it happened. What the hell? And if that's the case, what was this, all this, searching for it? Waste of time. And let's face it, based upon an implosion and the incineration, everybody, let's not waste any more freaking time messing around trying to retrieve bodies. What bodies? They don't exist. And as far as the what's at the bottom of the ocean, I say leave it there. Leave it there. But of course, somebody's going to want to know why it happened and all that. But this Rush Stockton guy, or Stockton Rush, I'm telling you right now, it's a shame. What he did was awful. You read between the lines of these other people who've gone down there repeatedly, and like James Cameron and these other explorers, and you can just tell they're appalled that this ship was allowed to be used and carrying passengers and everything else. Hunter Garland, unbelievable. The House Ways and Means Committee yesterday released transcripts from an IRS special agent whistleblowers, 2 of them. And what they outline is incredible. The bottom line is text messages and correspondence where, with Joe Biden next to him, Hunter is demanding a Chinese businessman send him the money. And guess what? It's now, they've traced it, that day Hunter Biden was at the vice president residence. President was sitting next to him. These are gangsters. And guess what else we found out? Weiss, the Delaware United States attorney, wanted to pursue charges in California, Washington, on tax evasion on $8.5 million, blocked by DOJ. Asked to be a special prosecutor, blocked by the DOJ. Merrick Garland is a lying crook. Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, treason, crooks, criminals. This, I weep for our country. There are not honorable men running this country. It is sick. It is sick. They belong in jail. By the way, when you are convicted of treason, you get the death penalty. Hunter and Joe deserve death for what they've done. U.S. Supreme Court case. This is sad, man. I'm a conservative, but I'm also get humanity. There was a guy that thought his record was expunged, allegedly. Let's assume that's true. And he had a gun that he wasn't supposed to have. Now, I don't know what this guy's track record is. I hope he's a career gangster criminal and he stays locked up for his 27 years. But if he's not, can you imagine serving 27 years for having a gun that you didn't think it was okay for you to have? 27 years? Ouch. Hunter the Deviant. Comes out that Hunter was, this will all be a real shocker, right? Some secret sex club, and the founder of the sex club has lost his membership. He doesn't want to be involved in it anymore. For coming out, and by the way, if you've seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut, I watched it. It made me feel yucky, weird. This guy started this sex club, and Hunter Biden was there and got canned because he was such a deviant. Hunter Biden was too deviant for a deviant sex club. Unbelievable. And let me tell you what else. This is about Hunter Biden. Is there a more white privileged person on the face of the earth than Hunter Biden? And guess what? Joe Biden says white supremacy is the number one national security problem in this country. No, the number one national security problem in this country is Joe and Hunter Biden. Unbelievable. Biden's big mouth. Apparently, at a event with donors, Joe started sharing information about the China balloon. Remember what I said to you guys about these documents? That former presidents have the information up in their head. You can't control them. It's in their head. And don't think that they don't share stories with people they think they can trust that's not going to be a national security risk. Well, Joe's out there talking about the China balloon stuff in front of a bunch of donors. Anything going to happen to him? Hell no. J.P. Morgan deleted, accidentally, over 40 million emails while they're facing an SEC investigation. They said it was inadvertent. Some tech person goes, hey, you're going to inadvertently delete these. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. Restaurant priests, this restaurant chain out in Northern California had workers confess to a priest, encouraged them to confess their sins, then used the information from the priest to fire people and discipline people. Tricky, huh? Ford has borrowed $9.2 billion from the government. Borrowed. Can I borrow some money from the government? Jackie Kennedy had many lovers. It wasn't just John F. Kennedy. She did too, including during their marriage. One of those lovers after his death was Warren Beatty. She didn't say too many nice things about Warren Beatty. Didn't last very long. State dinner. After all that we know, Hunter Biden shows up, is invited to the state dinner for the India Prime Minister at the White House so he could go grift some more. Unbelievable. Marjorie Greene and Bobart, once allies going at each other, both fighting over whose impeachment's going to go here or there. By the way, articles of impeachment are now going to go through a committee. Apparently, Greene called Bobart on the House floor a little bitch. I don't know if it's true or not. Coming up next, Eric Deters in local news. Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, our lead story is all the tri-state local hospitals, UC, St. E's. By the way, I get information from inside these hospitals. It all comes at once. These hospitals coordinate this crap. And they have now sent out emails to their employees that says they are no longer requiring proof of COVID testing to be an employee and a worker. Now what they're going to say is, well, the COVID isn't the problem that it once was. Sad. Should have never been that in the first place. In long crime, 24 have been arrested. It was apparently down in Laurel County. What cracks me up is they've arrested apparently 24 people caught up in this drug trade and everything else. I wonder why they didn't arrest that Republican mayor of Laurel County who gave illegal contributions. Chad Dorman, this guy right here. Look at those 3 boys. Executed them. Indicted for aggravated homicide. What does that mean? He can get the death penalty. Folks, I don't care what anybody says. I support the death penalty. I support funny. This is funny. I'm the only person in America that I know that does this. I think 25 years should be the longest sentence because I don't want to house people for life. It makes no sense to me. Because if you deserve life, we should cut you some slack and give you 25 or put you to death. We should have more death penalty. And this is the type of crime that calls for the death penalty. I don't understand that this does not warrant the death penalty. In local news, Cincinnati Children's Pride. Look at this. I got word that they are at Cincinnati Children's Hospital are pushing this through their hospital, screensavers, everything else. These are kids, man, in Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And they're pushing that there at the hospital. Can you imagine how much grooming goes on there? I bet you plenty. Campbell County chaos. I got to tease I got two friends on the opposite sides of this. Myrna Eads is my friend. Steve Cunningham is my friend. Treasurer, one of the outlaws. And they're fighting over who should be in control of the Campbell County Republican Party. It's not advancing anything in the Campbell County Republican Party, that's for sure. Fort Wright crash. Somebody drove into the Braxton Cleaners, dry cleaners at Fort Wright. Just want to let you know, Braxton does not offer drive-through service. I want to promote the Eric Deters newsletter. This is something that we do that takes all of the headlines that we do during the week, and we put them in a written form, 1 or 2 sentences, few photos, and we email it out late Friday, early Saturday morning. If you want to just spend a few minutes and catch up on all the local news when you're out of town, wherever it is, if you pay attention to this, you know I pick what we give here on the local news. I'm the one that does it, okay? I send it to the team. They put it together. Sabrina puts it up on the screen. Somebody else puts it in writing. So I just want you to know, all you got to do is email me if you're not already on my email list and say, yeah, sign me up. You'll get on the email list and you'll get this emailed to you. We also post it on Facebook. And it's Ohio, Kentucky, Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, and Indiana when there's a big story. In Kentucky, great machines are going to be gone next week. We'll see what happens. Daniel Cameron has asked the FBI to investigate the $200,000 that was given to the Democratic Party and Bashir on a credit card from the Republican billionaire mayor of London, Kentucky. This guy's a billionaire. He came back to be mayor of London. Funny. In Ohio, Larry Householder, they have recommended the maximum sentence for this guy. We'll see if he gets it. And in sports, 2 things. I want to first promote this again. Sunday nights, Sports Without Boundaries. I do this show with Nick Batista, my sidekick. And what it is we do a rapid fire through of all the sports in about 20 minutes. And we just give you our 2 cents worth like 2 regular sports fans. It's funny. It's entertaining. It's good. I picked the topics for that too. And we're going to have some great topics coming up this week. So I want to encourage you to check out sports. Last but not least, the Cincinnati Reds start a homestand tonight with 3 games. Not start a homestand, in homestand with 3 games against the Atlanta Braves, the top team in the National League, and it's going to be fun. Hope you get out to the game. I heard tonight's game is sold out. People are pumped up about the Reds. Go Reds. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Coming up next, Jamie Spindley and his World News.
You're watching World News, the headlines. It is believed that more than 30 migrants may have been drowned after their boat sank near the Canary Islands, North Africa. The islands are part of Spain. The boat was a flimsy inflatable. Ukraine has attacked a bridge linking South Ukraine to the Crimean Peninsula with a long-range British missile. Russia seized the Crimean Peninsula from the Ukrainians in 2014. South African authorities have said at least 31 illegal miners have been killed in an old mine. Eric, have you ever been in a mine, mate? That's a private joke, by the way. Interest rates climb in Turkey from 8.5% to a staggering 15%. Inflation is almost 40%, and the Turks are in a grip of cost of a living crisis. Charles and Camilla broke down in tears this afternoon as they secured their first ever Ascot win before King Charles knocked over the trophy in an emotional moment. It is said Queen Elizabeth would have been proud. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Until Monday, cheerio.